Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Al Johnson Show, and thank you all for watching. It is I, Al Johnson, and today we're going to be doing something special. In honor of me hitting 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which thank you all who watched, thank you all who subscribed, thank you all who shared, thank you all who have enjoyed my videos. And as a thank you, we're doing this list. So yeah, this is going to be my top 10 favorite comic book movie. My top 10 comic book movies. And also, full disclosure, it is my list. It is my opinion. It's not the list. It's just my list. If you have a top 10 list of this genre, let me know down below. I like to know what it is. And also, if you want to keep following the journey and keep being a part of watching my channel, then be sure to do the following: like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be up to date whenever new videos drop. And ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. And folks, I've been a fan of this genre since I was a kid. Since watching Superman, well, not Superman, but Spider-Man and Batman and X-Men, and especially watching reruns of the animated Hulk and Spider-Man shows from the 90s, it really helped shape my love of superheroes. And also, my favorite superhero since I was a kid and even into adulthood has always been Wolverine. And think about it, a character with metal claws as a for weapons. That's amazing. It's really amazing. But yeah, there's so much imagination, so much creativity, and just so much cool stuff that happens within the genre that I have to share the 10 comic book movies that really accentuate my love of the genre. And so, with that out the way, we're not going to do no honorable mentions. I just want to go straight to it, and let's get started. So, my number 10 favorite comic book movie of all time is Deadpool. Man, who would have thought that after having his mouth stupidly sewn shut and just being relegated to a bland henchman, really set the tone and really kicked things into high gear for Ryan Reynolds and this character. This movie, you guys, recently just had its 7th anniversary. It came out 7 years ago, and it is just as funny, it is as violent, and it's as inappropriate and as captivating as ever. If you're not dying laughing during the montage with Wade and Vanessa, especially when it gets to International Women's Day, I'm sorry, you might not have a sense of humor. But this movie is phenomenal. I love it so much, and I'm excited for Deadpool 3. Haven't seen Deadpool 2 yet, which I will get on. But my number 10 is Deadpool. Number 9, Iron Man. The movie that kick-started the Marvel Cinematic Universe, that started everything to where 15 years later, despite what people have been saying lately, it's still going strong. Regardless, it's still going strong. And Robert Downey Jr., this is the movie and this is the franchise that saved his career and revitalized his career. And this movie, it's hard to really believe it's been 15 years. It makes you stop to think. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed the thrills. I enjoyed the action stuff. I love the costume. But most importantly, I am Iron Man. So yeah, number 9 is Iron Man. Number 8, this is going to be a surprise y'all. Number 8, Man of Steel. This movie and this DCEU franchise, well, particularly this franchise, wasted potential. Because this movie really could have kicked off into something magnificent, something glorious. But because of illogical nonsense and because of just dumb ideas. The franchise, unfortunately, went out with a whimper than a bang, and that's sad because this movie is incredible. Henry Cavill, Russell Crowe, Kevin Costner, Amy Adams, Michael Shannon, Diane Lane, Kevin Costner. What a cast! What a main theme from Hans Zimmer. The first time Superman flies, it's like it's incredible. But yeah, number 8 is Man of Steel. Number 7, X-Men: Days of Future Past. On any given day, X2 X-Men United would have been on my list. But today, it's Days of Future Past. Why? Because you took the original trilogy and the new trilogy and you mashed them together and magic was made. And also, it was directed by Bryan Singer, who gave us the first 2 movies. And then unfortunately, he did X-Men Apocalypse, but we don't talk about that. But still, this movie, it hit on all cylinders. It hit on every, like, the Quicksilver scene alone. Just Google X-Men Days of Future Past Quicksilver scene. That's all you need to know. But yeah, this movie is really phenomenal in and of itself. I can't really complain much about it. It's just so good. And if you haven't seen Days of Future Past, I recommend you go see it. It's a real good movie. So that's number 7. Number 6. Oh boy. Number 6. Marvel's The Avengers. To this day, it's still, to me, my personal favorite Avengers movie. Yes, I know some loved Endgame more, some loved Infinity War, and a tiny percent love Age of Ultron more. But to me, this is the best one because without this movie, you don't have the other Avengers movies. Shoot, without this, we wouldn't have gotten, or soon will be getting, Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. Without this movie, we don't get those movies. And just think about it, you guys. Up until this point, the MCU, it was still in its honeymoon stage. It was still like, this is interesting, nice concept here and there, okay. But when this movie came out, it's like, oh no, the MCU is for real. Oh, it's for real. And I'll never forget my experience in the theater watching this movie. And just like the scene where they assembled and the theme in the background playing, phenomenal. Truly, truly phenomenal. And Loki, he's one of my all-time favorite characters and villains. But just characters, period. And him being a villain in this movie was perfect. And I don't have anything else to say. It's just I just love this movie so much. So it's my number 6. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get into the good stuff. And I mean the good stuff. So, for 2 out of my top 5, I'm gonna cheat the system a little bit. You'll see what I mean when we get there. So number 5. Sorry, number 5 is going to go to Captain America: Civil War. To me, the best MCU movie today, and no MCU movie has come close to it. Just my opinion, folks. This movie had everything: action, comedy, drama, thrills, suspense, twists, chaos. There was just so much to this movie that was more than meets the eye. If you know that reference, you know the reference. But yeah, this movie, like, we met Black Panther. Rest in peace, Chadwick. We got Spider-Man now in the MCU, and Team Cap and Team Tony. What else can be said? And also, I'm Team Cap, by the way. But yeah, this movie is so magnificent. There's not enough words in the English dictionary to really accentuate how much I love this movie, and that's why it's my number It's my number 5, but also it's my favorite MCU movie. Period. Number 4, Joker. Who would have thought an R-rated movie about the Joker outside of the DC continuity, starring Joaquin Phoenix? Not only would it win Joaquin Phoenix an Oscar, not only would it really change the tone of what a comic book movie could or can be, but also for an R-rated movie in a comic book genre, for it to make $1 billion. Think about it, you guys. No R-rated movie that was based on a comic book ever made $1 billion. It was always close to it, but no dice. This movie did it because the story was rich. The characters, well, most characters were very rich in depth, and the themes, the things they talked about, mental health, classism, everything about it. I mean, to this day, Arthur on Murray Franklin's show, it still gives me chills, and also the blood smile at the end when he fully becomes a Joker. Awesome. And even though I would have been okay if this was a one-off, just a one-off, no sequels. The fact that we're all getting the sequel and it has Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn, I'm excited. And it's another reason why I love this movie. That's my number 4. Number 3, Spider-Man 2, the best Spider-Man movie to date. I don't want to hear anybody. I don't want to hear. No. And this movie, Spider-Man 2 is so legendary. It is so legendary, you guys. I saw this movie opening weekend in the theater with my sister, and I was so captured. I was in. It's like this movie there was everything. There was great character work, great storytelling. It was funny. The train scene. What more can be said about this movie? It's iconic for a reason. Yes, it may not hold up well, but it has a special place in my heart. And it's why, to me, Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. Because the scene where after he stops the train and his identity is revealed to the people on the train, and everyone's like, hey, your secret is safe with us. Oh, man, I love this movie so much, man. I love Spider-Man 2. I love this movie. It's my number 3. Continuing. Now this is where I'm going to cheat with these last 2. Number 2, Infinity War and Endgame. To me, these 2 are 2 peas in a pod. Without one, you don't get the other. Infinity War, Thanos, everything about it is so good. So good. The Avengers, the Guardians, Wakanda, the battles, you should have gone for the head. Amazing. Then we get Endgame, which was a beautiful climax of the Infinity Saga, a beautiful ending to the first volume of the MCU that paved the way for what is to come later. And just, man, I cried, I cheered, I laughed. I was amongst people feeling the energy. What more could be said? And that's number 2. But number 1, no surprise, The Dark Knight trilogy. Why? Because Christian Bale is my favorite Batman of all time. Swear to me. I love these movies. Dark Knight Rises is not perfect, but it's a great part of these beautiful series. Batman Begins, a great beginning. Dark Knight, GOAT. I don't care what anybody says. A GOAT movie. And Dark Knight Rises, a very beautiful ending. I love these movies so much. Not only is it some of my favorite comic book movies, it's some of my favorite movies ever. And that's why Dark Knight trilogy is my number 1. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, share, subscribe for more. I'll see you all next time. Thank you so much.